Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dex and the City podcast. This is the start of season 2, you guys. I was kind of torn. I went back and forth with myself and the team on taking a hiatus, which obviously you guys can see that I did. It's not that it wasn't going well or I wasn't enjoying myself. I don't know. We've been shooting so much. We've been shooting a reality show. We've been extremely busy. We were on tour. We were dropping tour vlogs. And I just wanted to take the pressure off of myself. I tend to put my eggs in a lot of baskets, if I'm being honest. That being said, I have missed sitting in this chair and talking to you guys. And to my surprise, whenever I posted on my Patreon, all of you guys missed it as well. So I am so sorry because I was not aware of how much you guys enjoyed these episodes. And, maybe I just needed to hear that, I guess. Nothing wrong with that, right? So to open up this season, I thought that we would take it back to the beginning. I get a lot of questions about how my career started, how long I've been singing, why I came out the way that I did, so on and so forth. If you guys haven't watched it, Season 1, Episode 1 of the Dex and the City podcast, I brought my husband on and we talked about how we met, which is a great story. We get asked that a lot, honestly, but I didn't really go past that. So I figured I would do that today. And so I'm going to reference a couple songs in this episode that I feel like either played a major role in the start of my career and or reference a lot of things that I'm going to talk about today. So let's start with, I have been singing as long as I could talk. Anytime anybody asks me that, that's my answer. There is never a time in my life where I recall that I wasn't singing. I have also told everybody since I was a little girl that one day I would be a professional singer. And some people said, that's cool. Some people laughed in my face. Some people told me I couldn't do it. Some people told me I could and probably talked about me behind my back. I know that is a huge dream that a lot of people can't wrap their minds around. But like I always say, that's why God gave me that dream and not you, if you're a hater, right? So I've literally been singing all of my life. I was in talent shows. I was always in some sort of musical class like piano, or I didn't do choir, but I was in a music class in elementary school. I've always been involved in some way, shape, or form. I spent countless hours in front of my closet, which was just one big mirror at my grandparents' house, singing, like hours and hours. I'll never forget the first Christmas when they got me like a legit, like not just a little karaoke machine. They got me like a legit amp system with the plug-in mic and like you can tune it. And it was the beeswax, okay? I actually still have it to this day. And I have used the ever-loving you-know-what out of it. I would just sing and sing and sing. And when anybody would come in the room, if I would see that door crack even a little bit, I would stop. I had the worst stage fright that you could possibly ever imagine. You guys probably wouldn't believe that now because stage is my second home and I don't get nervous anymore, really. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. But I wouldn't sing in front of anybody back in the day. And if I did, I was shaking. But I have always had a love and a passion for music. It kept me alive in parts of my life where if I didn't have it, I probably would not be here right now. I always have said that because of certain things that I've been through, I didn't know how to communicate for a lot of my youth years. And music was that for me. Music was my gateway into communication. If I didn't know what to say or how to express something, I would look up a song and I would go and I would sing it. And to me, that in itself is beautiful, even if I never made it past that point. I am so thankful for music and so thankful that I was gifted with my voice. So now that that's kind of out of the way, how did I become Savannah Dexter? Well, the story's honestly insane. I do not feel like I've ever seen a story quite like mine. Maybe back in the day, like T Swift or Britney Spears, maybe like people like that. I don't know. It was literally overnight for me. So, as you guys know, when I met Gator, I was going through or had just gone through a breakup, and I did not have a place to live. I was staying with a friend with literally my dog in a duffel bag. And I was going like I was on my downward spiral. I was drinking a lot. I was not eating good food. I was crying a lot. Just not a good time. I was going through it. And, then I get a call from this stranger, and little did I know that my life would turn upside down. I will never forget him looking at me and saying, "If you give me 30 days, I will change your life." So at this point in my life, I had already been back on the journey of trying to build a music career. I didn't know anybody who could help me, so I was just trying to use my social platforms. I started posting covers. I was doing like karaoke / like not shows, but like mini pop-ups at these bars where I was living and trying to get my name out there. I had been approached by a few people, but to me, the vibe was just off and weird, so I never went for it. I was trying to do photo shoots and build my brand online. Well, here comes this guy who literally the first night that I meet him, he takes my phone and deletes almost everything off of my socials from YouTube to Instagram. I'm like, bro, I was almost in tears, but also laughing at the same time. Like, you don't know how hard I've worked for this in my 1,000 followers, right? And he's like, "I promise, just trust me." Okay. So, he tells me he's got a studio at his house and I can, come stay there for a little bit and we'll get to work, right? Again, I had already been planning on moving back home. So to me, that worked out great. Well, I didn't know that when I came back home that I would never be returning back to where I was. So I literally just packed a bag. I didn't even bring my dog. She ended up having to get dropped off to me weeks later because I wasn't coming back. So I pack a duffel, I get in my car, and I drive to Mr. Gator's home. He had a studio in the garage, and we got to work. I started writing songs. I started writing with him. He's a phenomenal writer. I think anybody who has heard his lyrics or had the pleasure of working with him would account to that. I could write, but not to that level, not anywhere near to his level. I felt like my songs were like kindergarten versus his senior lyrics. His wordplay is just insane. So we started writing, and then he starts like sharing that he's got this new artist online, right? And I had no idea who a Bravo Gator was. No offense. Love you, babe. I had zero clue that he knew anybody in the country rap world or like he was friends with Jelly Roll, like besties grew up with him. I had zero clue of any of that until all of a sudden he's introducing me to these people, and then they're on the phone. And then, I was just like, what the hell is going on? So I start recording. What was the first song that I recorded? I feel like it was like She Sings or Just Another Story, because it wasn't Raise Hell. Raise Hell was not the first song. Now, at this point in my life, I was 23, about to turn 24, I think. Now I'm 28. I think I was 23. Yeah, I was 23, about to turn 24. Again, just went through a breakup, didn't trust anybody. Me and my family weren't good. I was going through it, and I was angry. I had resentment. I hadn't made up fully with my dad yet. Me and my mom weren't cool yet. Like, I had a lot of childhood trauma. I was bullied growing up. Like, there was all of these things that I was holding inside of me, and I wanted to get them out. So I am hearing this story, and I'm like, I want to say something about this. Like, how this is crazy. Like, nobody said anything about it. This is insane. And then he asked me how I felt about rapping. And I was like, rapping? Like, what do you mean rapping? And he's like, well, do you think that you could rap? And I was like, yeah, I think if you help me, I've never really done it before. I've done some R&B stuff, but absolutely. So we end up putting together what is Raise Hell, and I record it, and I still, even listening to it to this day, I feel like a little kid. So we record it, and of course, you guys know Gator is a reformed, known diss tracker, diss man. He, and again, I didn't know this until he told me in the beginning, but he was literally known for dissing anybody that said or did anything that pissed him off. And he was like 41-0, right? So I record this song and he's like, bro, this is dope. Like, we got to do this. And I was like, well, I want to do it, right? Like, we're doing this. I start getting followers left and right on my Instagram. I'm like, what is going on? Like, literally all he's doing is talking. Now, there was a point in the midst of all this where I wasn't going to drop the song. Why? Because I don't know. For that to be your first record that you put out to the world, kind of ballsy, right? And like, what if people don't take to it? So I was a little bit nervous. I was hesitant. I had recorded Cinderella at that point. I had recorded Just Another Story. I had recorded Curtains, recorded She Sings. Pretty sure, I mean, a lot of my first album I had already recorded. So there was a point that I wasn't going to drop it. But then all of a sudden, I'm getting tagged and blown up all over my socials, but specifically Instagram, saying that somebody was going to diss me and they weren't worried about me. And it was blah, 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 drama. Like, we were being literally children. But that pissed me off. And then I get dissed first. And I said, oh, you know what? Let's drop the video right now. We're putting it up. And holy shit, I had no idea when we clicked that upload button what was about to happen. So video goes live. Gator and I are freaking out because, it's doing so well. The whole internet's stirring. We wake up and there's a ton of reactors who have reacted to this video. The other diss song was pulled down. The internet is going insane. And I'm like, and literally, this is, when did Raise Hell go live? He always knows this date and I don't. Raise Hell was exactly 30 days from when I met Gator, which is crazy, you guys. Like, that's just insane for a stranger to tell me, I'm going to change your life in 30 days. And then in 30 days, all my shit's popping off. I have this song, which I never thought that I would rap. If anything, I thought I would end up in pop music because as much as I'm a Southern woman and I can sing country, it's not like my blood in my veins, right? So yeah, then Mako started growing. Gator signed more artists, and that was fun until it wasn't anymore because that also turned into a lot of drama, which is fine. You live and you learn. Like, it is what it is. But it really sucks when I'm like, look back at all of these things, and I just wish so badly that I could go back in time because everything happened so quickly and I miss it. Although I do love rapping, like, I fell fully in love with rapping in the midst of that journey. Not to say that I won't rap anymore, but I just feel like I have a different spin on the type of music that I'm doing now. And I truly feel like it pulls the rap and the singing and just everything into one. A lot of our duets went viral and you guys have just ate them up, which is so cool because that's another avenue of a genre of music that wasn't Savannah Dexter. It was just Savannah Dexter when she's doing a duet with Bravo Gator. And that opened a lot of doors for us, man. And it's cool to be able to do music alongside of the person who literally helped make me who I am. And I'm married to him, so that's a bonus. But now we have new duets that we're about to drop, and I can't wait because it's been so long. I'm also about to release a new album. It's been 2 years, you guys. That is so bad. So I'm about to give you guys a ton of new music to stream, and we're going to give you guys some new duets to listen to, and I'm really excited for that. We're about to tour in Canada with Jelly Roll. Are you kidding me? That is freaking crazy. You know how hard it was to keep that secret? That is the hardest secret that I've ever had to keep probably in my career, outside of like me planning my wedding and you guys knowing nothing about it. I mean, there's only been a couple things that like it's killed me to not tell you guys. So yeah, now I am at a point where like the music that I'm recording today, I have never felt so at one with my music. Like I've never felt so connected to songs and so excited for you guys to hear them. I've also never been as comfortable with releasing the kind of music that I am about to. And to me, that's all I wanted. All I wanted was to get to this point. So everything past this exact moment in time is just a plus for me. I'm so excited for what is to come. And I just feel like this whole journey has been a blessing. And yeah, I don't know. To think that everything I just said led me to this point right here is freaking insane. Like, you guys remember these days, right? Not to mention that I trended 8 times on YouTube, and I don't even know how to tell you how fast everything grew. Like, I remember watching my Instagram, right? And like it hit 8 or 10,000 before Raise Hell dropped. And then after that, it was just like 50, boom, 70, 80. I mean, I was just like, what is going on? What a joyride. And it's only getting started. You guys, I'm so glad that I am back and doing the podcast because this felt so good to just sit down and talk to you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Bye.